So we can start out and see that this is a JSON with the objects in a list. So you can follow my highlighting here. So this is an array JSON. Computer's running really slow right now. Must be because I'm running this. I'm running a little machine learning algorithm for all the words in the English language right now. So you can see here, this is basically a dictionary, and like I said, check out the video on the side if you're not familiar with this. But you can see the IDs, the names are all the keys, and then the values are what comes up after that, such as the ID for this is listing 2539. The name is Clean and Quiet Apartment Home by the Park. The host ID 2787. The host name John, and so on and so forth. The price 149. So these are numbers, these are floats, these are dates, these are strings. You can also store other objects in there and other good stuff. So let's open up Python over here to start reading this information. So basically reading a JSON is very straightforward. Let's move this into a separate folder. And I'm just moving this over here, going into my JSON folder and opening up a new Python file. So this will be JSON reader.py. So let's open it up and open it up in our Sublime text. So now that we have the JSON reader.py, everything is really handled in our JSON library. So basically we can just import JSON and then write with open in the file we were trying to read, csv json.json, read as f. It gets read in as a string, and if you're not familiar with this, check out my course on reading CSVs. This is very similar on how to read CSVs as reading JSONs. It's basically the same thing, but instead of using a CSV reader, you're using a JSON reader. So like in the course, we call f.read into the file. I just do this because it's a little easier for me. And then since it's read as a string, then we just read it into a json.load_s, which basically means load string ff. And then after that, we can just print j, and then we should have the final JSON ready for us. So there's our JSON, and now we can import pretty print. Believe it's this, and then we can make a new pretty printer, and then we can pretty print this and just show you sort of what's going on in this JSON. So this is basically this entire CSV written out in a different format. As you can see, pros and cons.